Hi folks, Angelo Lambropoulos of Lambros Realty here, and here I am again with the monthly Cherrybrook Property Market update. This time it's for July, and what an interesting July it's been with all the lockdowns that have been in and around the place. So firstly, I want to start off by saying I hope you're all safe and healthy and all coping okay as a result. So I'll get straight into the update. There's a bit to get through. So if we look at the statistics for the month of July, there were 11 registered home sales. Of those 11 registered home sales, the median price sat at $2,055,000. The highest sale recorded was $2,306,000, and the average days on market was sitting at 23. So very, very strong results there, as you can see. In comparison to the July 2020, to see how it sort of fared a year before, there were 14 registered home sales. The median price amongst those 14 registered home sales was $1,592,500. The highest sale price was $2,010,000, and the average days on market were 30. So going to the auction clearance rates for the month of July, just sort of breaking it down, how it fared in Cherrybrook. Overall, there were 13 auctions in Cherrybrook. Of the 13 auctions, 6 had sold at auction, 6 had sold prior, and 1 had passed in. So obviously from a percentage and average basis, those that had sold at auction fared at 46%, was the actual auction clearance rates on the day. And putting the two together, being the actual auction day and those sold prior, was fared at 92%. So conclusive evidence there showing that the market's still firing along quite nicely. So in relation to the sorry, just grab my train of thought. Yeah, so in relation to the actual auction clearance rates and how that compared to the previous month in June 2021, it's actually the auction clearance on the actual day of auction was up 4%, and comparing the sold prior and those that sold on auction day is up 25% from the previous month. So as you can see, the sales, it trumped the previous month there, right? So what does this mean overall? So I guess despite the lockdown restrictions that came into play as of the 26th of June, it evidently has not slowed the Cherrybrook property market down. In fact, it's done quite the opposite. So if we look at the median price, for instance, the median price is up 2.7% from what it was last month. And the sales for the month of July have more than doubled what it was in June. So 11 sales for July, 5 sales for the month of June for the previous month there, right? The other thing, so also looking at the median price, the jump in comparison to where it was sitting in July last year, so where we're sitting annually, it's a staggering 29% up from where it was previously. At present as well, so I'm recording this video as of Friday the 6th of August, there's currently 10 homes listed for sale. When I recorded the video last month, there were 12 homes listed for sale, so still extremely low stock levels out there, folks. Again, which is the crux of why the market still appears to be powering along quite nicely in Cherrybrook despite the circumstances out there. And I guess a question I'm often asked is, in the face of well, not so much a question I'm asked, but it's people, and predominantly buyers want to know if they're buying into a good investment or, and a lot of sellers out there asking me, how stable is Cherrybrook and when's the best time to sell, whatnot. And I think just going on that, something I just want to clarify, right? And where Cherrybrook has been fantastic in the face of adversity and has proven to be resilient. And a lot of you can relate to this, particularly you baby boomers out there, right? The suburb was established in the early 80s, right? When I say established, it was that's when majority of people started buying into Cherrybrook. So buying land, building, house and land packages, blah, blah. So a lot of the clientele, it's your baby boomers who are the owners here in Cherrybrook, right? And majority have paid off their mortgage, so there's no real mortgage stress. So, they don't need to sell. It's more a case of wanting to sell. If they see an opportunity and it's like, well, we want to sell now, they'll sell. And I think as a buyer, you look at that and you're trying to, sense and find a good opportunity and somewhere to buy. And yeah, you may very well snag a bargain in Cherrybrook. I mean, this is broadly speaking, but very rare, as I'm sure you've probably seen. You're out there buying. So from a seller's perspective, if they don't get what they want, they generally won't sell. And as a buyer, I guess where you can see clarity and the reassurance for you here is you're buying into a suburb where there's no real stress, right? So it's resilient. Don't take my word for it. You look at the historical data, you look at just how strong, and on average, tracking back from 2003, on average, a Cherrybrook property market has consistently grown 6% per annum. So this is something to obviously be mindful of. So just to simplify what I said there, why is Cherrybrook so resilient throughout the times of adversity? And testament to this as well is the fact that the stock levels continue to remain low, right? Like only 10 homes listed for sale. And this has been the trend for probably the past 2 to 3 years. And this is why it continues to remain resilient and go on quite nicely. So just to clarify that for you, and I hope I explained that well. Another interesting observation I wanted to point out too as a result of this lockdown and how people are coping and I guess going on about buying properties and whatnot. Of the 11 homes that sold, this is what's quite interesting. 4 of them were listed in July. So let's remember that the lockdown came into play on the 26th of June, right? Which means that those were inspecting properties weren't doing so via open homes. They were doing via other mediums, whether it was one-on-one inspections, looking at it online, virtual videos, virtual floor plans, that sort of thing. So, and just to add to that, 2 of them were listed late in June, which means that there only would have been 1 open home that those buyers could have gone to. So, essentially 6 of the 11 homes were sold, in lockdown, right? Which is interesting, right? Because what it's saying is the lockdown's not deterring people from buying. They're obviously still finding a way to come out there and purchase properties. So another interesting, because I guess the question is, how will things go as a result of lockdown now? How are people going to inspect properties? What if lockdowns get stricter? What do we do? So I guess there are those sort of questions. And I think just at present, how do inspections work, right? So they have to be one-on-one. And obviously there is the 10-kilometer radius, or I think it's 5-kilometer radius travel distances now. To be honest, I'm not 100% on how all that works. I think there's a lot of refining and a lot of question marks, and probably a few grey areas where you'd have to talk to your local police station if you're going to travel. But if you look at the one thing that is stated on the New South Wales COVID lockdown and travel measures, and this is quote, I'll just read it straight for what it is here. You must not allow a person to visit your home except if it is to view or inspect property, to lease or purchase it, unquote. So basically what it's saying there is you are still allowed to view because that is deemed an essential item, right? Everybody needs a house over a roof over their head. They need somewhere to live. So again, obviously when it comes to inspections, that's where it stands at the moment, but highly advisable that you go to the New South Wales government website and just make sure you adhere to the restrictions, the rules and regulations. And just, I guess, a couple of effective methods that we're doing at the moment as an office, just sort of because people, from an open home, people want to inspect properties. Those that are stuck in their local government areas and can't get out. We've also had people that have been in hotel quarantine that can't come and look at a property, but they want to see it. So I guess, for both buyers and sellers out there, right? So if you're a seller thinking of selling, it's like, well, how do we show our home? And if you're a buyer going, well, you know, how do we observe a home? What we're doing as a business, just to give you an idea. And again, this is very effective in the sense that if there is a complete lockdown, you can still show your home. So what we do is so whenever we schedule an open, so we schedule an open home as normal, and we're using the Zoom online platform. Now, by using the Zoom online platform, you know, it's a detailed video of roughly 15 to 20 minutes, right? Where I'll go through the home, give a complete explanation, show exactly what's on offer here, and I'll also do a live, I'll ask any questions live as well, right? So that seems to be working quite well, right? Because a lot of people, doesn't matter where you are, whether you're overseas, whether you're interstate, you're lockdown, can't get anywhere, it's a fantastic way for people to look at the home for what it is, to ask any questions. And the other thing with that Zoom meeting is I record it. So I forward it to anyone that may have missed the meeting, anybody that wants to see it again. And as a result, what it's doing is you're bringing the genuinely interested parties forward, right? So those that see it go, wow, I really like this. This is worth me coming out to have a look, as opposed to those going, oh, it's all too hard. It's probably not for me. I'm just going to give it a miss. So it seems to be working quite well. And another thing I'll do in this YouTube video is I'll put a link to one of the ones we did for a property there at 17 COPPERLEAF Place, Cherrybrook, which is now under offer, to give you an idea of just how the walkthrough tours work and the way to give you a better idea, because it's one thing saying it, that's another thing seeing it. So that's number one. Now, number two, we've had some sellers out there that have utilized this where they're not too comfortable with us coming to the home to have a look due to COVID, and completely understandable. And what we are offering is Zoom online market appraisals. Now, how that works is we'll sit behind the computer, schedule a time with you, and what will happen, so the vendor, the homeowner there, will walk through their property with their whether it's their Samsung tablet, Apple iPad, whatever it may be, show us through the property, and then we'll do an on-site valuation, email the reports and that for them thereafter. And that seems to be working quite well for us at the moment. So, you know, for anybody that's sort of thinking of selling, or just wants a general idea because they're at home and they want to know what their property is worth for insurance purposes or whatever it may be, refinancing, that's something we're more than happy to offer as well, where it's done. I mean, it's completely contactless, right? And again, you can contact us for more information on that. So there are a couple of things we're doing to work around the current COVID restrictions and seem to be working quite well. And just another thing I wanted to say, I'm going to be trialing something different as of when I do the next Cherrybrook Property Market update in September. Now, what I mean by that is I'm going to be doing the session via Zoom. So it's going to be an interactive session. So when I record these videos, I'm doing them live, one take, hence the reason I and ah a lot, not great behind the camera, but anyway. So that being said, I'm inviting you, whether you're someone to look to buy in a Cherrybook, to get some more information on Cherrybook, you're someone that lives in Cherrybook, you're thinking of selling, or you just want to get a better idea. It's a great way for all of you to interact and see what perhaps buyers are saying that are looking to buy in, and what, as a buyer, you can understand what the sellers are sort of thinking, and a great way to interact and everybody to sort of ask me any questions you may have, right? So I'm going to be doing that. So that'll be on Friday, the 3rd of September at 10 o'clock a.m. via Zoom. Now, if you want to participate and you want to join, or if you just want to sit back and watch, you're more than welcome to do so. Just let me know. And I'll put my contact details will be in the YouTube video link, so you can contact me. And I'll send you the link to the Zoom meeting, which will take place. And obviously you can watch me do these Cherrybook monthly reviews live and ask me any questions, because obviously there's things that you probably want to ask me that I just haven't thought to cover. You're welcome to pick my brain as much as you want. If I can't answer any question out there, you have my word, I will get back to you with an answer. So yeah, I'm just trialing the interactive way, just to sort of see and engage a lot of you out there. So I think depending on how it goes, I'll continue doing it. If it's a complete flop, I won't do it again. But yeah, there's only one way to find out, and that's to try it. So yeah, if that's something of interest, again, I'll do the live Cherrybrook monthly update on Friday, the 3rd of September, 10 o'clock. Email me on info@lambrosrealty.com.au. I'll put all the links in the YouTube video. Obviously, you know our office details, but due to COVID, we are working, but we've got the office doors locked just to minimize contact. And that pretty much sums it up for this month, guys. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I think, yeah, so from that, I'll put all the details in the YouTube video as well. So just to clarify, the walkthrough video tour that we did for the home at 17 Copperleaf Place, which is under offer, and just in summary as well, with the our new Cherrybrook location report is out too, which can be picked up out the front of our office. Alternatively, you can email me and I can email you a copy. And that also covers West Pennant Hills and surrounding suburbs, so another one there. Another thing, the quick mention as well, which some of you may not be aware, the Mirvac, so the Cherrybrook Shopping Village, the Mirvac once owned has since sold to a Singaporean company. So it'll be interesting to see what, I presume they will keep they'll keep the shopping center as is, but it'll be interesting to see what comes about. I know of a lot of Singaporean type companies that, building apartments on top of shopping centers is not uncommon. So we'll see what happens there. But that pretty much sums it up, guys. So thanks for watching. Keep safe. All the details and links to what I discussed, I'll put in the comments section of this YouTube video. And if you have any further questions on anything, you know where to find me. Details in the YouTube comments section. Thanks for watching.